Almost ready?
Now you can go.
Plastic.
Call meeting to order. Take a roll call if you would.
Boyd,
Here.
Janice,
Here.
Zuber,
Here.
English,
Here.
Bruner,
Here.
Farnham, Helpsley. Okay.
Public comment.
Fine day today.
Beautiful day.
Just want to let y'all know that.
Appreciate that.
Any other public comment? Thank you.
Oh, here comes more. Too late, you just missed it.
Committee reports. Yeah.
I don't really have anything on the financial side. I do have an update on the airport. Everything is in the court of Jim Mills and his attorney. I talked to the airport manager this morning, and he's working on identifying some of the things that we need to put into the bid and lease for agriculture out at the airport when we do that, and he's making headway on that. And I need to get with Dale afterwards to see if he can come up with a good way to do soil testing or handle the testing and the integrity of our soil, so whoever we lease it to, when the termination comes around of their lease, whether it's 3 or 5 years, that we maintain soil integrity. I guess that's the best way to put it. And keep the lease and the bid process as simple and direct as we can. So by the end of the week, if we haven't heard from Mr. Mills and his attorney, we'll be contacting them through Dale. That's about all I have right now.
You anticipate the plan lease to be ready by?
I don't think it probably won't be ready till June, okay? Because we've had other things going on, sorry.
Dan?
New doors up at the animal shelter. Yep. I don't know about the cameras, I haven't talked to Andrew about that. Adoption program's going very well, so other than that.
Dale?
Mr. Brenner attended his first health department meeting.
They're excited.
Was it?
Wow.
The only
You
comment,
had the input, you had a couple.
the only comment I heard was they thought the board was taking over the Edgar County Health Department because we have now 2 board members on the committee.
That seemed to be the first thought.
I tried to
Sure
tell
done
him.
that, we didn't want any more.
I tried to tell him that there was a controversy on the one that
Mm.
the name was brought up, and I just volunteered to be on the board.
Should have said
So
that.
I said, if you don't want me on it, you can tell me.
It's Dale's fault, he's the one that says,
Yeah.
geez, I'd like some help folk in here.
Yeah.
You do not recall.
The opinion I got is, we've done this in the past this way, so why
Did you
should
get
we
stopped
not
by the train
change?
too?
So I'm
No.
getting some static on it, so. The restaurants and the plumbing outfit. Because he got me the other day. I didn't quite understand what he was getting at. He was going around and around and around, but gist I got was, well, we used to do it this way, so why shouldn't we continue, so. I said, well, I'll do some research and left at that point.
We did talk to Jennifer.
Right,
That's a lot
this
of
was-
progress.
Oh, good.
This was Jason.
Progress made on what? Relationship?
Communication.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some problems between, the one was Jason Gore.
Right.
He stopped, well, you recommended me, so.
Well, I told you you were on the board now. I didn't.
Yeah. So I told him I'd check in and see what was going on, so I had him in high school, he's a good guy, works hard.
Well, main thing if they're communicating and
Right.
trying to.
I think it's better.
That's what I tried to tell him.
Good.
Anything else on the health department? You were there too, so.
I was watching you.
that's all.
You did good.
Good. Okay, thanks.
Is that all you've got?
Yeah.
Thank you.
About the ambulance, may I ask that question?
Waiting for May 1st.
Okay.
You're not gonna have a long wait.
Yeah.
Carl?
Nothing to pick up.
Alan?
We've been trying to get, I talked to Bushu, our insurance consultant, I'm trying to get them to set up a yearly calendar event, so to speak. And right now, it's just trying to mix and match with this type of meeting. Travis thought he was gonna be able to make this meeting. I said, well, we got other stuff going on, so we may have to wait. And then just trying to mix and match, especially with just the insurance committee. It's not major, just to get calendar events so that we'll have a plan of attack as we go through the year. The other thing that I go to is the regional office education, as we mentioned in the March board meeting, that there is gonna have to be a new roof put on, and so the question about whether or not, how much each of the counties are gonna have to pay as a part of their agreement, or whether or not it was refinanced, and whether or not we're already paying a part of that in our actual bill that we're paying. Coles County Building Commission sold bonds for $600,000 for 25 years, set to expire 2021. And so just kind of a review of that. Different people brought up the idea of, do we have insurance, do we not have insurance? My understanding is this building will revert to the ROE once that expires in 2021. So how much you have to pay, how much you don't have to pay, it's gonna come back to being the ROE building. Just questions to be answered. So that's
Is there meeting set up to,
May.
I remember
May
getting some,
5th, I
Yeah.
think that-
so that's when
That's
it's gonna be
when the
discussed.
that's when the bid opening is
For what?
for the new roof.
Oh, okay.
They had to, they put it out for bid, so that's where they'll find out. And it's scheduled to be set up on whatever our pro rata amount is. It's based on your equalized assessed valuation. That's how we pay all this stuff out anyway to ROE, so.
But we don't know if we owe it.
Well, we're gonna owe it, I think. Mark's talked a little bit about that, whether or not, the Coles County Commission wants all the county boards to go ahead and adopt an addendum to the original agreement, which is basically making it more specific on paying for general upkeep of the building. The question becomes whether or not you already have paid some of that
Right.
anyway, and whether you're not. I mean, that's questions that somebody,
And there's
we're trying to
nobody's
find out.
answered that for you?
Not yet, I don't think so. So, that's a part of what they're in the process of, and that's maybe a part of what this May meeting will bring about, just to see that. So it's kind of a work in progress, but again, I'm just trying to keep everybody informed, is what I'm doing here. Jeff?
Yeah, there's another question that I've asked, and I don't know whether the state's attorney has addressed it yet, but if you read the law, in the past, I just assumed 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when I went over there and we passed the budget, that the majority ruled. That's not the way the law is written. We can object as a single entity to any portion of that budget at any time. So I think we need to get clearer direction on that. In other words, it's kind of like when 5 children inherit ground. and-
Oh, don't even start there.
Well, but that's a good analogy because, you think that 4 to 1 or, could overrule the other. They can't. And I think that we need to insert ourselves. They keep raising the budget, they keep doing less for us. This just opens up issues that I think need to be addressed. And I mean, for them to just hand us a bill for 10 grand, none of the counties are in good shape.
Right.
And they continue to grow, and that level of bureaucracy continues to grow.
Actually, I'm not sure, I know in the last few years, their
They've held the budget.
their budget's been.
But this
pretty-
year, they
pretty
had
low.
an increase.
Right.
Previous years, they
Right.
have not.
So, I mean, and those are just issues, that's why I said I
Sure.
just want to brought up, just so that everybody's not blindsided, and it may turn out that they may have some great insurance, and it's nominal fee, and that building's gonna return, like I say, to the ownership of the ROE, which is indirectly all the counties that were a part of that, so.
That's my question as a new guy. I don't have any history on this at
Mhm.
all, as to who owns it and who's gonna own it, and why is the county involved, I guess.
Well, the county's involved because of statute at one time, but the thing about this is they were looking for a spot many years ago, to put a regional office of education in all 6 counties around, and so Charleston was a logical choice. Well, at that time, the Coles County Building Commission, I think if I understand it correct, under a special loan privilege, I think probably, I'm not saying which political office holder it helped, but I think it was. And then, so they got that money. Well, it's at 5.75%, no big deal. And the idea was they would hold that for 25 years. This would be until 2021. And then by the ROE paying off a monthly amount, then that building will be the ROE's building. Or basically, I don't know if it's really listed as the ROE's building, it's listed as all the 5 kids' building, Jeff. Because they're the ones who are
Right.
basically paying for it in that direction.
So why should the county boards pay for put the roof on?
That's the question of whether or not, if there's a clause in there, I think I sent that around to everybody, that has, it says like each of the counties agree to pay for the upkeep, maintenance, whatever. So they do, the ROE does have insurance on certain things, and they do provide for some of the upkeep, is my understanding. But this was an outside realm, this is more of a building type issue when you're talking about a roof. So, like I said, I thought it was pretty easy for the Coles County Building Commission to say, I think you guys ought to just make this really, really official and attach that to all your, agreements. And I thought, well, that's pretty nice you guys to think that anyway.
I want to clarify what I think, I'm not saying we shouldn't honor our obligations. If we have obligations, we should make them. And if we have leeway to work with the budget and so forth, I'm not saying we shouldn't fund them. I just think we need to keep a close eye on what we're doing and what they're doing.
Right, and I think, and I agree, Jeff, and that's one of the reasons I brought this up, and it may amount to our share maybe $4,000,
Right.
$2,000 or whatever. In the end, we'll end up getting a building.
When
which
was
is-
the original agreement made?
25 years from 2001, so something with a 6 on the end of it.
If they want us to approve an addendum or amendment, that would seem to imply that we don't have the obligation now.
Well, I think they want clarity, and that's what I think Mark is saying. He's not sure that would be such a great idea, because I think he's under the understanding, that's already in our original agreement. It's in our agreement that we're supposed to provide some of that stuff, so.
But he questioned whether the money that was already given them shouldn't have been used for that.
Well, that was my question.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my question, because I don't know if they had cost in addition to that percent. Sometimes when you're getting a loan, you can have a startup cost, no matter what it is. Or if they were able to generate $100 and some off of that, or $120 a month off of that. And if you do that for 25 years, that's probably enough for your roof.
And my point is, additional, on top of that, is that the other counties can't obligate this county. If, for example, they talk them into 2 or 3 or 4 counties and just say, oh yeah, we'll pay it.
Right.
I don't see that a 4 to, or 5 to 1, or 5 to 2, 4 to 2 vote obligates us.
Right.
I think we need to check on that.
And that's why we have the chairman here to make sure that, he gets in on that vote type of thing. So, anyway, that's one of the issues. Also, another thing to work on is the local workforce area 23. Donna Dalton from Department of Economic Opportunity from the state of Illinois will probably try to get down here sometime in May and try to schedule meetings with the various industries that we have and talk to them about the different programs that they're working with. I'm trying to work in conjunction with the city planner on that, and also the city grant writer, so that all of the area industries, business, whatever, know what may be available for them throughout the state. Some of those meetings I've been through, I think we even have some small businesses that if they knew what was going on within the state, not that they'd want to be involved with the state, but they may, and there may be some advantage for them. So,
And
I think we're safe there.
that meeting will be announced.
Yes, yeah, and it's more like, I think she's just gonna try to meet with some of the local business industry, business leaders throughout the whole county, because that's one of the things she wants to look at, whether we have items in Hume, items in Chrisman, items in Kansas, or we have businesses in Elbridge or something. There may be some stuff there that that's good for everybody in the county. So,
Did you find somebody to go to the meeting? You said you couldn't go to that meeting.
no, not yet. That's the ROE meeting. So, anyway,
I'll either go to it or have some money.
okay, thanks.
What time is it?
Appreciate that.
What time is it?
I don't know off the top of my head, Dale. It's on that stuff.
You can,
I
I think the
sent-
date's the
Yeah,
fifth.
that's on that stuff I sent.
It's May 5th.
I'll look it up before I go, all right?
Didn't you say you couldn't go? Yeah.
I hope I'm planning.
Okay,
If not, I mean, it-
okay.
I think that's it then.
County clerk. Anything else? I think we have a need for a closed session, right? Do we have somebody that would make that motion?
I move that we go into closed session to discuss appointments, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body pending litigation, the setting of price of sale or lease of property owned by the public body.
Do we have a second? All those in favor, use the sign. Opposed, same sign.
We asked what property you're referencing.
Do what?
Could we ask what property you're referencing setting a price on?
No, this is
I just read the
standard
whole thing.
procedure of,
So
It
you're not
has to do
going,
with specific employees.
so you're not going in for the purpose of setting a price?
No. We just read the whole thing, maybe that's wrong.
Okay.
Oh, well, it's up to you.
No, I just, if there was something being sold, I'm just curious what it was.
We're not selling anything.
Cool.
Well, if we were, though, we probably wouldn't say that, would we?
No.
Would you?
Well, you have to say what property's being sold.
Well,
Oh,
but
okay.
but wouldn't you wanna talk about it before if you announce it, otherwise you're gonna maybe do something wrong with the price a little bit?
Now the price.
Do you think it'll go up if we're gonna sell it?
Public property, we gotta know what property.
Oh, yeah, we know that. We wanna get the most we could if we did.
Which one?
Okay.
thanks for not having it. Is there any other things to come before this meeting? If not, I'd entertain a motion to,
We're back in open session.
yes.
No,
You have
I don't have
some-
anything, no.
I thought,
Move to adjourn.
Can we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor,
Aye.
opposed? Adjourned.
Jeff says I.